The opposition raised it on the floor of the House, and Brad Wall, for the government, he decided to attack the whistleblower, myself, instead of looking at the problem itself. And that was raised quite a few months later when the Privacy Commissioner wrote his report. And he suggested in that report that perhaps Brad Wall should have looked at the abuse itself and not attacked the whistleblower. Unfortunately, Brad Wall said that whistleblowers or people who complain about healthcare issues were protected by the government, but there's no whistleblower act in Saskatchewan, so I was on my own.
So you were terminated. The health region said that you had broken several policies.
Yep.
What did they tell you?
They told me that I had received 18 complaints I had received in 21 days. And when we looked at it, the union, SCIU West and myself sat down and looked at them and went through them one by one. We harbinged on the side of a conspiracy between staff and management to get me out. They were embarrassed, basically. The sad part about the whole issue was that the healthcare side had decided to go after me and ignore the abuse. We thought the abuse allegations were so strong and so vivid that we should have had an investigator from out of province, and we didn't. And that's when we felt there was a cover-up.
Was there anyone else that sided with you and voiced concerns along with you?
Not at all.
Why do you think you were isolated as the single person to talk about abuse happening to the elderly?
Scared of their jobs, really. For 3 or 4 months, maybe a little longer, staff who I worked with agreed with my opinion. It wasn't just a one-off thing. When you find someone that's floating in urine 1 hour after you arrive on shift, and your partner is with you cleaning this person up, and all of a sudden this didn't happen, or they don't say anything, there was a problem.
When you look back at it now, do you wish that you would have taken a different channel to try and address these concerns that you had and what you were seeing?
Well, let's change that question slightly. If I knew what I know now, I would have taken a different approach, without doubt.
What approach would you have taken?
I would have gone right to the government. The scary part about that is the government's reaction was such that I believe they would have tried to cover it up. I wouldn't have got the exposure. The story wouldn't have got the exposure. They would have clammed it down tightly. Whereas going to the opposition, they're always looking for a fight. They're always looking for something to get at the government. This was a big, big concern. And I think it went way out of line. And I believe the Brad Wall understands what happened. He did apologise. It was a public apology, which I accepted with grace. I got apologies from CEO of Saskatoon Health Region. I got an apology from SaskHealth, written apologies from both. But I've never received apology from my employer, ever.
So why did you want to write a book?
Why? I felt the truth had to be told, and therapy as well. I began to second question myself, and as I started to write, I began to realize that no, I was telling the truth. that the 20 hours of intensive investigation that I went through, interrogation actually, I spoke the truth, remained speaking the truth all the way through. And I had the transcripts from all 4 meetings, and it was consistent all the way through. So I thought, well, no, I am telling the truth, and people should know that I'm telling the truth.